Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing tonight? Hope everyone is having a good evening. I have got to grab this and share this around. Get this promoted out all over the place. Let people know I'm live so we can all hang out and have some fun tonight. So I'm all about having some fun tonight. It's Friday. Let's have some fun. Who knows? I might get a little crazy tonight. I know, me getting crazy. Woo! All right, let me get this set up. Just bear with me a few minutes. That's why I chose this snazzy music for y'all to listen to. Just kick back, chill, relax while I promote some stuff around, let people know I'm live. He lives! I mean, it has been a little bit since I've done this, so. Alright, I think it'll work. Aha! So I successfully shared it out there. Now let me share it everywhere else I need to. Aha, yes. All those different places. Ow. My knuckle itches. Oh, guys, I have an owie. I don't know if you can tell, but my knuckle is like stupidly swollen. And like stupidly sore. So, dealing with that today. Actually, last couple of days. So tonight while I'm pulling cards, be gentle with me. It's going to take me a minute. Like, I'm not going to be as fast as I normally am. Just because I have an owie. Okay. I'm sharing it up in all the Mystic groups, and I'm just sitting here checking to make sure it posts automatically. Because I post automatically to all of them. I'm pretty sure I had automatic posting to all of them, but I wasn't 100% sure. Had to check. So we got all that done. Let's see, what else do we got? If you're here and you're watching, say hi. I can see the chat while I'm doing all this. Alrighty, hey, so what's going on? It's time to play with fire. Let's get some Palo Santo going. Aha! Oh, we can turn the torch down just a little bit. That was a little aggressive. That was like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was showing up. Actually, I did use this thing to toast marshmallows for the 4th. I toasted marshmallows with it and put them out for Fae offerings. It was great. I made s'mores. So get some Palo Santo going. Oh, it smells so nice. I love the smell of Palo Santo. So if anybody would like a reading, let me know. I am doing $10 mini readings and $20 full readings. This is what we got going on. Just a second. There we go. There we go. But yes, if you're here, pop in, say hi. Hey, Kelly, how you doing? Oh, I love the smell of Palo Santo. Tiff got me this Palo Santo. I can't remember the brand of it. I'd have to go out and grab the bag out of my altar. But it comes from a really good company. I looked them up and stuff. They harvest it really ethically, and they're a fair trade company, and like everything's really cool with this company. I dig them. And it's got such a strong, good smell. Like, that's not a very big stick, and you don't need to burn very much of it. Like, it's got some oomph behind it. It packs some punch. I love good Palo Santo. I love good sage. Good incenses. Funny thing is, there's certain people when they come over to my house, like, if I want them to leave, all I know I have to do is go and like light some incense, and they're gone. It's just like, boom, yes, be gone. The magic has worked. Oh, get my cards all out. Ooh. You're growing some sage. I want to grow some sage here. I just haven't yet. I need to get some. Part of it is I don't know if I'm going to be staying here or not. So I really haven't put a whole lot into that. So, like, it's kind of up in the air. I'm thinking about moving. Just putting that out there. Nothing's like concrete. Nothing's written in stone. Nothing's set, but the thought and the idea has been placed out there. Ooh-wee. But yeah, if anyone like a mini reading, I'm doing mini readings for $10, and I'm doing full readings for $20. I accept payments through PayPal and Cash App. I also have a Venmo I can look up. Just figured it and got it back working the other night. I haven't added it to the rotation yet. So it's just one more thing I got to pay attention to. If I do decide to stay here, though, I'm going to do a lot of changes to this property. I'm going to put in a lot of flowers and a lot more plants outside. I want to get the yard fenced in. Stuff needs to be more accommodating for what it needs to be for me. And my dog, because my dog's too cute. Got to keep him safe. He likes to lay out in the yard anyway, so I'd love to have the yard fenced in just for him to be able to do that. Oh, yay. So, what's everyone doing tonight? Come on, talk to me. If you don't want some cards pulled, then let's at least chit-chat. Don't make me sit here all by myself, just staring at a screen of myself. It's kind of weird, kind of creepy. Makes me feel strange. And I dropped the vape pen. That's good. That's a good way to treat it. Just drop it right on the top. That's the way to do it. So I did get a cool lighter the other day. Leo season is quickly approaching. But I had to go ahead and get the Cancer one too, since we're in Cancer season. Oh, come on, focus. It's kind of a rad crab. Oh, come on, stupid camera. Oh. It's being goofy. Hey, Kelly, so you won a mini reading, Kelly. Awesome. Let me pull you cards for a mini reading. I am using my Sacred Rebels Oracle deck tonight. Love this deck. One of my favorite decks. This is my go-to deck when I'm doing readings for the most part. Like, I'll change out and I'll go to other decks depending on different things. But when I'm doing readings, this is usually my go-to deck. Well, Kelly, your cards are Release the Dark Wound and Let Love Live. Free from Judgment, Free to Love. And Conscious Connections. So, Release the Dark Wound, Let Love Live. This talks about releasing a dark pain, a dark hurt, something that's there that's just kind of got you held in kind of a slump, kind of a dark place. Just something that's got you... something that hurt you deeply, and you're having trouble getting over and getting past and getting through. And this talks about releasing that so that you can let that love flow and you can let that love live, because it's kind of being there is kind of something that's binding that up. And this next card goes right along with that, which is Free from Judgment, Free to Love. So this next card talks about like how those judgments of others and of yourself, even judgments you place upon yourself, are a hindrance to you, and they can come on you, and they're a burden, and they can weigh you down, and they can blind you, and they can make it hard for you to see the things that you need to see to be able to love the way that you want to love. One of the ways I describe it is it's like all those burdens are like mud and silt and sand and dirt that comes in and covers up your light that's rusting at the bottom of this river. And all that stuff comes in and covers it all up. And that's all these judgments from other people and all these judgments from yourself. And all this stuff that comes and weighs in on you. And until you start getting rid of all that stuff, you can't let that light fully shine. So you gotta clear that away. You gotta free those wounds that you're holding on to. Because that's part of that judgment. It ties right in with that. You're holding on to those wounds because of some form of judgment that's either been passed on you or you're passing on yourself. You feel responsible in some way, shape, or form, and you feel that you have to hold on to those. And then the last card you got is Conscious Connections. Conscious Connections. This is all about building those connections, and typically um, this talks mainly about connecting with your higher self. At a lot of times, it can talk about a conscious connection with someone else, a group of people, a social group, a friend, a loved one. But mostly, this card always talks about connecting with that higher self, that higher being, and getting in tune with that so that you can get that conscious connection with yourself. That way, you can become in tune with yourself, becoming one with yourself. That way, as you move forward, you're not second guessing yourself, you're not doubting yourself, you're not questioning yourself, you're not placing those judgments on yourself again. When you're in tune and in alignment with that higher self, you don't do those things. So what you got to do is you've got to work on releasing these wounds. Good, you're working on all this. Work on stop passing those judgments on yourself, and then start opening yourself up to that higher connection, that higher consciousness. You can do that through meditation. You can do that through mindfulness, such as doing breathing techniques, doing guided meditations, just anything that really helps you just really get in tune with you. Things like yoga, stuff like that, all great practices for that. You got any questions? Yeah, so that's how I do my readings. Nice. So just take that as a confirmation you're on the right path, you're in the right place, you're doing the right things, you're making the right choices. You know, that's when we get those synchronicities that line up like that, that's all they're really there for, is just to kind of confirm to us, okay, yeah, I'm doing the right things. I'm where I need to be. I'm doing the right stuff. I'm working on what I need to be working on. You know, sometimes you can sit there and you're like, oh my God, is this where I need to be wasting my time? Like, is this what I need to be doing? Like, should I be doing something else? Should I be doing something more productive? Should I be doing something better? Should I be doing something different? And then it's just like, no, this is right where you're supposed to be. This is what you're supposed to be doing. So I'm content with that. I'm happy with that. I'm glad where I'm at. See, and that's a good thing. And you just got confirmation of it too. You just got more confirmation in that. So you're happy where you're at. You know you're doing the right things that you need to be doing. You're working on the things you need to be working on. You know, you've got that. You're not stale. You're not stagnant. You're working on growth, you know. But things are good. And that's good. That's a good place to be in. That's a fun place to be in, actually. I think that's where a lot of people are striving to get to. A lot of people are just working to get to that point to where, you know, they're not looking at being a millionaire or anything. They just want to be able to get by and not stress out. They want to be able to, you know, be able to work on themselves and have that comfort and that peace and that security in order to be able to do so. and not being able to stress why they're doing so. And that's something that I think is becoming more and more rare in this country. It is a wonderful journey. It's a crazy journey too, and it's a wild journey. And I've like my journey's taken me all over. I've been where I've been at points where money was no concern. Like it just because I was in an atmosphere where it just wasn't an issue. And then I've been in times where it's like the next like $5 could make or break me. And it's one of those things that I've learned from all those places. I've learned lessons in all of them. I picked this music because I like it. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Yeah, that's why I like it. It's just kind of that trancey kind of music. It's good background music for this kind of vibe and everything. And it's on the copyright-free music that they offer through the software. So, like, on occasions, I get crap from Facebook with it, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm vibing out to it. I'm looking at Facebook. I'm seeing some people message. I'm seeing what people were saying. It needs to stop doing that. I think that has to happen at least once alive. Oh, it's goofy. It's fun. Oh man, that knuckle is sore. I'm in Ohio. I'll go more specific than that on a live because like everybody can see. Oh, man. If you're in here, say hi. Just hanging out. If you want some cards, let me know. Doing mini readings for $10, doing full readings for $20. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. Spiritual Q&A is always free. Oops. Thank you. I do these on a regular basis. A lot of times I do these with Tiffany. She's out of Texas. And me and her will do these together. And they're always a lot of fun with this with me. I'm Easter. She's not feeling good today, so she's resting. It's always fun when she's here, though. Yeah, I'm just sitting here chilling. Man, summer is weird because, like, some nights people are like all like swarming your live, and then other nights there's no one around. It's like crickets. So if you got any questions, feel free to ask. I just don't want to like reveal too personal information on stream. But you can ask questions. What do I consider most important in my spiritual path? Oh, Jesus, that's hard. Man, I think the most important thing in any path is humility and being humble. And I haven't always been that way. I'll be the first to tell you I haven't always been that way. And sometimes I'm still not. And I, still have trouble with it at times. But I think when ego starts to get in the way, so many problems start to arise right then and there. And it doesn't matter what your path is. The moment ego starts to get in the way, the moment ego starts to rise, that's when problems start. So I think that humbleness and keeping the ego in check. And the thing is, there's the term ego death, but ego death is like, okay, I get the term ego death, but it's not really ego death. Because the ego is an important part for us to survive. So it's not really ego death. It's more like ego in check. I think that's the more important way to look at it. Is it's more ego in check than ego death. It's more ego being kept where it needs to be kept than getting out of balance, getting out of alignment, and then the next thing you know, you've got this unchecked ego running rampant everywhere. And that's not good for anyone. Yeah, I think when the ego gets in control, I mean, and I think that's what ruins any belief system. That'll do it. Hitting rock bottom and then coming back up from it will do it. That will teach you humility. I've had different lessons through my life. I'm one of those people. I'm kind of stubborn, so I've had to have many lessons. Oh, it most definitely is. And like I even went through the psychedelic ego death that they talk about when you work with things like mushrooms and when you work with like psilocybin and ayahuasca and peyote and stuff like that, you can experience what they'll call an ego death, which isn't, like I said, it's not really an ego death. It's more like put your ego in check and show you how much of an idiot you've been. And it's pretty brutal because it's really a point where yourself just kind of calls yourself out on all your crap and like puts you in check. And I think that is a really, that was a really big moment for myself in changing a lot of things. Got any other questions? Then ask away. As long as they're appropriate for your life. Anything else will have to go elsewhere. I'll hang out here for like until I hit like the hour mark. If no one else comes on, then I'll call it at an hour. Like if I get people coming on and wanting to do readings and stuff, I'll stay. Sometimes it takes a little while for people to start popping in. I've had it like 45 minutes to an hour then before people start popping in. So ask away. If you got a question, ask. Like I said, as long as it's appropriate. I will not shy away. Hold on, are you thinking of appropriate questions or inappropriate questions? Write the inappropriate ones down for later. Oh. Well. It's Friday. Come on. Can't have a little fun on a Friday, then what's up. don't think this vape battery works at all. I meditate. I do mindfulness. I don't know. My daily routine just kind of varies. Honestly, my daily routine kind of varies because my health conditions vary. So depending on what I'm doing, I might just stay in bed all day. But while I'm in bed, I might be actually just laying there and meditating or praying, or sometimes I'll just get into deep thought, and sometimes I'll actually lay there in bed and work on dropping into more of like a deeper trance state and really doing some different work. So it really depends on what I do daily, really depends on where my body's at, what my body's saying it can handle that day. Because one big factor I do take into play is that I am a human having the human experience. So, I go through human things. Trying to open a box right now and my hand's hurting and I'm having some trouble. I'm struggling. Oh. Y'all get to see me struggle a little bit right now. I'm having some pain issues. Should probably go get it checked out, but I just really don't want to. Because the person I need to ask is going to make a big deal of it for taking me. Yeah, those are like, honestly, I do a lot of meditation as I just go throughout the day. Like, I'll do different meditations at different times. I'll do different energy clearings at different times. If I'm having a day where I'm more restful, I'll spend a lot of it in meditation, just kind of kicking back and resting and trying to focus in on what I'm doing. And one thing I always do is I always listen to music. I always have music going in my house all the time. If I'm not, well, that's unless I'm watching something. But if I'm not watching something, I've got music going. Even when I'm not here, I leave music going for my dog. My dog, I have certain music I play at night, and when I put it on, my dog knows I'm getting ready to go to bed, and he will get up out of his bed in the office and go into the bedroom to lay down. He knows when I put that music on that's what's going to happen. Oh, man. Yep, he knows. He definitely knows. And he's so picky. He's got his routine. He's got his whole little ordeal he's got to do. He cracks me up. I've had Tanner God, I've had Tanner a long time. Um, I got him when he's 6 months old. He's about 12 years now, maybe a little older. I'd have to look at his paperwork. But Tanner's everywhere I go for the most part. Like, it's one of those things. I'll go through 3 or 4 shirts during a day because he'll come up to me, and what he wants is he wants me to take off my shirt and put it down on his bed for him to use as a blanket. He wants to curl up in my shirt and sleep because it's got my scent on it. It's not good enough to have a shirt of mine that I wore yesterday. Has to be the one, or even one I had on earlier. It has to be the one I'm currently wearing. And he will sit there and paw and claw at me and begging me until I take my shirt off and give it to him. And so I keep just a rotation of shirts in my office. I'll take one shirt off and put another one on. He's goofy. He's such a silly little animal. Well, see, when I got Tanner, when I brought him home from the shelter, he curled up underneath my sweater and laid between my sweater and my t-shirt, and that's how he rode home. And he was just cuddling and snuggling, and let me see if I can get him to come to me. TT, come here. Tanner. He just crawled up into his bed. He may not budge. Tanner, come here, buddy. Come here. Come over here. Come here, T. Silly boy, come here. Come here. What are you doing? Come over here. Come over here so I can pick you up. Oh, you fat butt dog. Oh, yeah. Hi. Yes, you are a fat butt. Yes, you are. What is this? I do Oracle and Tarot. Tonight I'm doing Oracle readings. So if you like an Oracle reading, I'm doing 3-card pulls for $10 and 7-card pulls for $20. But I also do just spiritual Q&A, and we're just hanging out. And I just got my dog Tanner. I'm showing Tanner off. We're hanging out with Tanner right now because he's a goofy animal. Hi, TT. Yeah, kisses. Yeah, you lovey-dovey. Yes, you are. You very lovey. Yes, you are. You're so lovey. So lovey. Yeah. Yep, this is my boy. Here, let me put you down. Oh, it's hard for me to type and do stuff when I'm holding you. I am not Christian. I'm actually an ominist. I believe that there is truth found in all beliefs, and that no one belief holds all the truths. I believe in Jesus. I talk a lot about Jesus, but I don't necessarily worship Jesus. I think he had a lot of good teachings. But I think there's a lot of good teachings that comes from all belief systems. You got other questions you'd like to ask? Do I believe in God? Yeah, I believe in God. I refer to God as the source, as in the source of all creation. So that's just my name, just where, God is the English Christian term for God, and Allah is the exact same word, but just an Arabic term for it. Same source, creation, energy, in my belief. See, in Ominist, our belief is that all of it really leads all to the same place. It just gets there through different cultural filters. Yep, I do too. And I think it's all that same source, creation, energy. I think it's just different stories told through different cultural perceptions. There's some similarities through all the different belief systems. There's some universal truths that tie across. And at the end of the day, I think that if we'd spend less time fighting each other over our belief systems and more time talking to each other about what we believe in and how we believe, we might find we have a lot more in common than we have different. And another thing is, we need to stop allowing people to tell others how to believe. That, I think, is the biggest problem in the quote-unquote modern Christian church, is you have so many people that listen to the guy who stands up front with the microphone, and whatever he says is what they believe. And that a lot of times is a problem, because they're not teaching. They're not teaching the Bible. They're teaching their belief system. They're teaching their moralities. They're teaching what they want. Because if someone taught true Christianity, there would be no hateful Christians. True Christianity doesn't believe in hate. Jesus was the biggest hippie of all. Walked around wearing sandals and a robe, talking about nothing but peace and love and feeding people. Come on, how is that not the first hippie ever? Right? I mean, I think Jesus knew what he was talking about. See, and the thing is, in Islam and the Quran, I find it funny because so many Christians will just straight up hate on Islam right off the bat. They don't realize the Quran talks about Jesus as a prophet of God more than it does just about any other prophet. And I love the Sufi. I love the Sufi beliefs. I study deeply into the Sufi beliefs and how they have the mindset that if it's not done in love, it's not done of Allah. Yeah, see, you guys don't hate Jesus? Christians over here thinking y'all hate Jesus. They be thinking that you're the ones that persecuted him. See, they don't get it. Like, if people would just, like, get past all these hates and everything and just sit down and realize, you know, we're all a lot closer to one another than what we really think. Our beliefs don't really separate us. We only allow them to separate us because we allow others to tell us to let them separate us. You know, I'm honestly more pagan in my belief systems, and I see similarities to the stories of Jesus and the stories of all these other different stories and a lot of the pagan traditions and beliefs. And a lot of the Christian beliefs were taken from paganism. A lot of the modern pagan Christian traditions were taken from a lot of pagan traditions. I think the Islamic faith is beautiful. I really do. I think all belief systems, when they're followed correctly, are beautiful. But when they're followed to that fanaticism, no matter what it is, it's ugly. It doesn't matter what it is. It's ugly. It's bad. It can be whatever belief system, and you know. But I personally think the Islamic belief system is gorgeous. I think it's a beautiful system. I think there's a lot of misconceptions in it. I think there's a lot of people that don't know what they're talking about, or there's a lot of people that come out and speak one way or another on it, and it doesn't get perceived the way that it probably really should. Yeah, I'm just trying to build stuff. I'll get more viewers. I know I don't have a whole lot, and this wasn't anything planned out. It was an impromptu kind of thing too. So, like, no one really knew I was gonna go live, and I'm just really like I haven't even started doing TikTok yet. I got to get into it. But yeah, I mean, if you got any more questions, man, or anything you want to talk about, shoot, throw out some more questions. I'm enjoying this. I have no problem doing this for a little bit. But yeah, if anyone would like to get a reading or has any questions, feel free to ask. Readings, I'm doing many readings for $10, doing full readings for $20. I don't do any medical or legal with any of the readings. I also don't really do relationship stuff either. Yeah, I pretty much take the bits that resonate with me as truth. Like, I don't buy into the whole Christian concept of sin. I really don't. I think sin is something that was used to control and manipulate. I do think that we have a certain morality we should live by. I don't think we should go around killing people. I don't think we should go around torturing people and abusing people and doing horrible things to people. But I also don't think that any belief system gets to tell me how I get to love. I don't think any belief system gets to tell me I'm wrong because I worship different than they do. I think a big problem in a lot of things is the theology and the doctrines that try to get past, and it gets away from the true spirituality that's there. And that's what I look for. I try to look for the spirituality. I try to look for the mysticism that's within the religion, that's within the belief. So, yeah, I mean, and there's some stuff in some of the beliefs, like, I don't know, I don't just take all the good stuff and, like, leave all the bad stuff, but I think a lot of the bad stuff was made up for control, though, too. Because I don't think religion, or I don't think spirituality is meant to control us. I think spirituality is meant to set us free. I don't think it's ever meant to oppress us, to repress us, to control us, to keep us down. I get what you're saying. I don't know that. I don't know if paganism would be considered an Abrahamic religion. I don't know where it would fall on that line. Because Ishmael broke off and started Islam, and Isaac ended up leading to the line that led to the Judeo-Christian, or the Judeo beliefs, the Jewish beliefs, and then into Christianity. Hey Tammy, how you doing? It's been a minute. Paganism, it's like Druidism, witchcraft, Wicca, which is more New Age. It goes into a lot of your more tribal belief systems, a lot of your more, a lot of your paganism is really defined as more of your earth-based, spirit-based worship. Very much in tune with the land, honoring the Earth Mother, very in tune with the elements, working with the elements. A lot of your like Norse beliefs can fall in underneath that as well. Not so much idol worshiping. I mean, they do worship gods and goddesses. Um, they will honor spirits. It's more an honoring. It's not so much a worshiping, more an honoring, more a respect, more reverence. It's more the like the whole aspect of honoring the earth as the earth mother because she gives everything to us. Life, gives us food, sustains us, gives us water, gives us the air, everything we need, earth mother provides. So the earth is the mother, it is the provider, it is where the life comes through. What about the whole LGBTQIA plus? Because I'm part of that community. So, what do you feel like? What's like? What do you mean about what do I think about what's going on? Like, I think everybody has the right to love equally and should be allowed to love equally and should be treated equally and as long as you're not harming another person, what does it matter? Like, if two women or two men want to fall in love or whatever dynamic that it is with people that they fall, in that community and that dynamic. I mean, if they love each other, what does it matter? Is it a sanctity of marriage ordeal? Is that like the problem? Is that like the issue? Is that like, or what is it like? Like, cause I don't know. Like, yeah, love is love. Like, I don't have a problem with it. Let's throw another one out on this one. I've been in polyamorous relationships as well. So, bada boom, bada bing. Who's pushing it into kids? Honestly, I hear more about people who don't support it talking about it and pushing it towards kids than people who do support it pushing it towards kids. Let's be honest about this, okay? Like, seriously. Like, I am a member of that community. We don't get together and have like these big meetings like, okay, let's figure out how to push this on these kids that, we got to get these third graders wrapped up in the gay agenda. There's no gay agenda. Okay. There's no, do you know, okay, do you know what the LGBTQIA plus agenda is? Is to be treated equally and fairly and accepted just as a fucking human being and not to be treated any differently than any other human being, just to be accepted for who they are and not to be made to feel ashamed for being who they are. That's the only agenda they've got. They're not out there trying to convert kids. There's no conversions. There's more there's Christians with more agendas out there. Go talk to the Jehovah's Witnesses. They've got agendas. Go talk to the Mormons. They've got agendas. Go talk to most Christian churches. They've got agendas. They're trying to convert people. The gay community, the LGBTQ community, they just want to be left alone and left to live, to just be who we are, to be represented in society just like everyone else is, to not be, looked upon as something that's bad or ugly or discouraged. Man, I am pretty sure there are way more than two genders because even in the Jewish, I believe it was the Talmud, they identified, I think it was 5 or 8 genders. And the Native Americans have what they believe, what they call the two spirits, which they believe are people that inhabit both genders very gender fluidly, almost in equal terms, where they can basically go between the two genders. They call them a two spirit. They're considered very, very sacred among the Native American culture. Most cultures, most old cultures have belief systems of that. And I'll tell you this, you have both masculine and feminine energies within you. One may be more dominant than the other, but they can play out in which old belief systems? Oh man, dude, just start going back. Start looking. I mean, first off, Native Americans, which, they go way back. Like I said, almost every Native American tribe has some sort of belief of some of the two spirit, where they are considered sacred. People who inhabit those divine masculine, how many years ago? We can go back hundreds of years ago, we can go back thousands of years ago, because there's pagan belief systems that go back thousands of years ago. Pagan belief systems go back way before Christianity. Some will say paganism split off when Lilith left the garden. Some will say that's where paganism started. I think paganism was always the belief system. God made Adam a steward of the land and the plants. Adam was the original druid. And I don't necessarily believe that it was Eve that ate the apple. Even if that story is true and that's how the fall out of the garden happened. Which we're saying if that is true. We can go back and see that at the point in time in scripture when Adam is given that command, Eve wasn't even created yet. So if anyone was responsible, it was Adam, not Eve. Dude, the youth are just trying to find their path and people are all over it. And it's no... Social media allows things to get spread around more than normal than what it was when I grew up. But kids have to be able to explore. They have to be able to find themselves. I grew up in a culture where I was told that if I had any feelings towards another male, I was wrong. Like I was evil. I was going to hell. Like I was going to be tortured and the devil was going to do evil things to me for all of eternity and, evil shit, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they have the right to be safe. They have the right to be able to discover who they are in a safe manner. And I think that's important. And I think that's what you're seeing more so. And it's not that it's being shoved down people's throats. It's that the aspect of giving them a safe place to be able to find themselves is being given to them. Have a good one. Get some sleep. But I think that's really it. I think it's really more so about giving the youth the safe atmosphere and the safe place to be able to discover who they are and to find their path, and to do so without anyone really influencing them and giving them, those areas where they can figure out who they are. Yeah. There's a lot of kids who they don't get that safe place. They end up taking their own lives. We hear about it more often than not. Absolutely. Would anyone else like any readings, any cards pulled tonight? All right. Well, I've been on here a little over an hour. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it. And I might pop back in tomorrow night. So we'll catch you all later. Have a good evening. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. Kelly, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for grabbing the reading. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll talk to you in a little bit. Everyone, have a good night. Talk to you later. Bye.